Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Uncut Takes podcast 23. This is an episode where we're joined by Walter. We haven't seen Walter in a few weeks here.
The way we've been making episodes recently, probably a few months.
Yeah. Last week we didn't get one in because we went on a little road trip, which we'll talk about that. Many things have happened over the past few weeks. You got fucking retards paying $100,000 to die in a submarine.
Actually, it was like $250,000.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
even worse.
It's
even worse than you make it sound.
Yeah, it's been an interesting past few weeks. Sorry, my forehead hurts so bad because I took a super hard shit last night. so I popped the blood vessel on my forehead.
No.
So if I go and push, I feel like there's a blood vessel in my forehead that popped on my temple.
Oh my god.
If I bend over, it just hurts so bad.
That's terrible.
I was gonna talk about this later, but on the topic of blood vessels in people's foreheads, dude. I went out to a late breakfast, early lunch today, and on a huge TV right in front of me was the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Oh God!
For I guess they do that every year. I literally know nothing about this, but I'm just watching it like with the sound off. It's like they do this up like a fucking UFC fight, like promos for every eater that
It's
comes
crazy.
out. And
It
stuff
really
like
is.
That. And then it was a meal. I was there for a fucking hour watching this shit.
Yeah.
And it was the only TV that was right in front of me was playing the Nathan's hot dog eating shit.
Round 3.
they just did one round, I think, but they were going hard as a motherfucker. And I don't know if you guys are aware, the hot dog eating contest is something that was taken over by Japanese people.
I did not know that.
Japanese people were hosing the hot dog eating contest space for a long time, dude. They were
ashamed.
they introduced new strategies. This time an American guy won it actually, but they were just fucking hosing it, dude. Japanese people, they had a strategy. They were dipping the buns in the water and then just mushing it down their throats, eating the dogs and the buns
That sounds
separately.
terrible.
And I think it was they had 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs as humanly possible. Mm-hmm. And dude, these guys went for the whole 10 minutes. And I was watching.
That's insane.
It shows the top 5 guys, and mixed in with the top 5 guys was Matt Stoney was there. You know Matt Stoney?
No.
He's a food YouTuber. Anytime any fast food restaurant has a new meal, a meal bundle,
like a challenge or something.
2 days later, he has a video eating the entire BTS meal in less than 1 minute. Literally
He inhales the food.
Yeah, but that's his thing. He's a professional food eater. He was there.
But he's jacked.
I wouldn't say jacked. He's got a sleeper build. But
I don't know if I'm thinking of the same person.
Matt Stoney, he's a
He
little.
could kick most people we know's ass.
Matt Stoney's a little Asian.
Oh.
Like a little
I'm thinking
Asian
of the
American
super
kid.
jacked white dude.
No. This guy, he's a little guy, and he does all this stuff, and he was just there, up on the scoreboard was Stoney, and I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Was he competing or
yeah,
just
he
there?
was competing.
Oh, he was in it. Okay.
I'm like, Stoney, why the fuck do I know that name? And I look up. And
Stoney.
I look up Stoney hot dog eating guy, and then
That's him.
Matt Stoney, the YouTube channel comes up. I'm like, son of a bitch, I've seen this fucking guy, and he was up. He was in the top 5, I think. But dude, this one guy, Chestnut, it was John Jaws Chestnut is what they called him, or something like
Jaws
that.
Chestnut.
Yeah, the Chestnut hot dog
Wayne typing
eating.
ASMR.
Yeah,
He spells it out like me.
hot dog eating Joey Chestnut, Joey
Oh,
Jaws Chestnut.
You know Joey Chestnut was in a Mr. Beast video?
No.
They had him on, and they made a pizza that had a 6-foot radius, not even diameter.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was huge, and it was him versus 4 or 5 people to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he just found
I know.
6-foot slice of pizza.
And he
Not this thin either. It was
Right,
proportion.
it was a slice of pizza, but big.
Yeah, it was somebody put it in a machine and made it make it big.
Yeah. And then, so in 10 minutes,
That's what God did to my penis.
in 10 minutes, guess how many hot dogs Joey Jaws Chestnut ate in 10 minutes? Guess how many?
100.
I'm gonna guess.
78.
In how long?
10.
10 minutes.
minutes?
He had 10 minutes, and he was doing the bun strat, where you dip the bun in the water and you just mush it in your mouth.
I say
I
73.
say 62.
And you say 73?
Yeah, because that's
Walter,
my
you
favorite
still
I
number.
said
locked in
100. Yeah.
He ate 76.
God damn.
He ate 76 hot dogs, and I watched him do it on ESPN while I was eating my breakfast.
Wait, it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wait, eating his breakfast brunch or whatever.
Katie hated me. She was like, "I've never seen you so interested in anything." Like, it's like on ESPN, especially.
That's funny
and
as
this
shit.
is the thing. Like, and I'm just like, and she's sitting across from me, so she can't see it. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so grotesque. This is like, and the one guy, the chestnut guy, he looked like he was going to fucking die at the end of it. He had all the veins on his forehead were coming in. His face was red, and he would like just slide the hot dogs down his throat and then put the bun in the water and just mush 5 buns at a time into his fucking mouth.
What's insane too is those people like aren't morbidly obese.
No, they're not.
No.
This guy looks like very
how do you
normal.
train for that and not gain
That's
150
what I
pounds?
said the same
You
thing.
purge afterwards.
I
It's
I
probably
hope
what it
they don't
is.
train more than once a month for that, man. I hope
yeah.
they don't, because
I mean-
it's like you would just fucking die. 76 fucking hot dogs. That's like more than like a normal barbecue.
Like,
There's
that's the-
people whose whole 4th of July barbecue
Yeah.
didn't have 76 hot dogs.
Like you'd be the guy calling grocery stores ahead of time, making an order.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Can you guys order?
Can you make
extra
sure you
hot
have
dogs?
76
Yeah.
hot dogs? It's just fucking insane. I had to fucking bring it up. What do we got here? This what does this say?
Joey Chess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking
But
Matt
the guy,
Stone.
he ate 76 fucking hot dogs in 10 minutes. It was fucking ridiculous. I saw that and I was just so in awe of
Yeah.
the violence of action in their eating and the despair on their faces and it's got like the top 5 guys, their score is ticking live as they're going.
Right.
It's just showing all like 15 people going at once, but the score for the top 5 guys is showing. And Joey fucking Chestnuts is going hard as fuck the entire time. He never stopped. Boom, 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 boom,
So,
boom,
I just
boom. He
did
never
the
fucking
math.
stopped. Everyone else, like second place, only ate like 40.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Like he
insane.
he fucking
could've-
hosed everyone.
He could have stopped.
Yeah, that's what I said. I like it was
He could
the
have stopped at 60.
It was the last 5 minutes, and I'm like, he can actually stop and go take a shit now. He doesn't have to keep going. Like no one's gonna fucking get him, man.
I just ran the numbers. If he ate 76 in 10 minutes, he ate a hot dog every 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, and it literally never stopped because, like I said, he was deconstructing it. He was sliding the glizzy down his throat.
That's like Needy
and then
eating
soaking
a-
the bun in the water and mushing 3 or 4 buns at a time into his mouth.
Or it's like
Awful.
Because you think about it, the hot dog bun is not like super big, especially
No,
if you
you
like
would
wet it and,
smush it
and
up.
smush it up.
That's
Like
what- that's
it's probably,
what- that's
it's probably
what
like
they
a
do.
like
They
a
just
chicken
drink
nugget.
it.
They were
Yeah.
taking a couple at a time, getting them soaking wet, and then just mushing them into their mouths, like taking whole handfuls.
Well, it's like when, like one of the last times Walt had like a bigger party at his house, and Needsy was just swallowing fistfuls of alcohol-soaked gummy worms, but like
yeah.
whole, like he was just
Yeah, I
swallowing them
remember
whole
that.
without chewing.
That
Ew.
was yeah.
Gummy worms that go down good when they're soaked in alcohol, man. It's like napalm or something. They just slide down
They're
your
like
throat.
slimy almost.
Yeah.
They're lubed up.
I don't know, I just had to share that with everybody because that was my in-flight entertainment today.
I'm glad I had something to contribute to it because I knew he was in a Mr. Beast video. Glad the stars aligned for that one.
But since we missed last week's episode, which was because me and Kevin were fucking deceased.
Wayne was awake for over 46 hours. That was when I dropped him off at his house.
Yeah, I was awake for nearly 2 days straight.
Fuck that.
Because me and Kevin,
That was his own will, though. By the way, he could have slept in a car.
I can't sleep in the car though.
If you get tired enough, you can. I can sleep
can't.
fucking anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
I can't do it. I just can't.
Um,
But we met Needsy's dad at his dad's house.
Estate.
Yeah. Okay, we just doxed Needsy by accident. we met.
you docs.
Yeah, we met Needsy at the Needsy ranch, the Needsy family ranch.
Yeah.
And we like pulled up there, and his dad was just like fucking like going ballistic. He was
Yeah.
like, "Where's that fucking folder? Where's that red fucking folder? It was a red fucking folder. Where the fuck did she put it?"
Needsy's dad doesn't keep important items that like. I keep my car stuff like the fucking
Title?
the title of my
Title
car
and
in a
shit.
firebox.
Yeah.
Okay, he keeps them in a red folder on his kitchen counter.
Well, no, he kept because he was going to bring them for the thing, and that's why he was like going ballistic because he like had it all ready to go.
he
He had
had
probably had it
on
on,
his
like-
kitchen counter
yeah.
sorted out a pile of papers that were trash. Directly next to them, other papers that weren't trash.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's where you put a sticky note on the two.
Yeah.
Trash, not trash.
And he was looking for the red folder, which enclosed all of Needsy's information for both of his cars, or for the Jeep.
Yeah.
And so he had like so you know like his dad had like a fucking van that was just like rotting away
The
on
blue
the side
one.
of their barn.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull the car in the van, and me and Kevin
Right.
thought he was gonna use that van. We were like, we're gonna die. We're
That's the
gonna
only
fucking
van
die.
I was aware of.
Well, they have another van. They have like a Chevy
Interesting.
Express van or something, like a modern, way more
From
modern.
like 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
That's
not
pretty
a piece
good
of
ride,
shit.
pretty
It's
good
like
ride.
but it still doesn't have seats in the back. It
Right.
had
No.
it's
Yeah.
still a
it
work
was
van.
like yeah.
Was it like dead ass work van, like
Dude,
unfinished metal
you
sides?
could see
and
where they
everything?
peeled the plumber's decals
Yeah.
off the thing. Like,
Yeah.
like, and it still
Okay.
says on the bottom. They didn't get rid of the bottom one. It still says like 24/7 service. Like, it's still like very much a plumber's van.
That's so sketchy.
every time
That's
you
the
hit a-
shit illegal stuff happens.
Yeah, every time you hit a bump in the fucking road, you hear all the tools,
tools shift, yeah.
shaking around in the toolboxes. So we just took one of these lovely chairs, the chair that I'm sitting in now, and then Kevin had the 5-head idea to like just bring an actual comfortable chair as opposed to
Yeah.
like a camping
It's
chair or
the,
a
the
beanbag or
podcasting
something.
chair Wayne sits in right now.
Yeah, the chair that I'm sitting in right now, he just loaded up in the back of his truck and we threw it in the back of the van when we started.
That's great.
Yeah. It fucking was great. It was-
Opposed to a beanbag,
Yeah,
which was
beanbag
just an idea.
or
Nobody
something.
ended up having a
Yeah.
beanbag,
yeah,
right?
no one. Yeah, that's what he's like. You just put a beanbag back there.
The boys chip in to buy one of those giant love sacks that are like $500, but they're like
Yeah.
7 feet wide.
Yeah, like an actual adult-sized bed beanbag
Yeah.
that takes up the entire back of the van.
Yeah.
But yeah, we left at probably about 11:30,
Yeah.
midnight-ish. Like I said last night, about 30 minutes into the trip, Neezy called Wayne while Wayne's also on the radio talking to Neezy's dad. And he's like, how far along are you guys? Dude, we just left your house. Okay, so how close are you guys? About 30 minutes. Making great time.
Yeah, he's like, he was just happy to see his buddies. He was just happy.
Yeah.
He was just excited. Well, and then Tyler stayed awake the whole fucking night. He
Yeah.
stayed up all night long.
By the way,
Like,
we drove for about 8 hours probably.
it was probably like 9 with shit
I was about
stops
to
and
say,
getting lost
yeah,
in the middle of
yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It
say
was probably closer to fucking 9.
Yeah. No traffic.
Yeah, no fucking traffic at all, dude.
Who would have thought if you leave your house at midnight and
Yeah.
drive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, until
I mean, everyone
9
knows that,
a.m.
dude. But in practice, seeing it, oh, it's just so nice. I fucking get like enraged sitting in traffic. So to not have to deal with any of it,
Right.
even when you're like in and around like major metropolitan areas, it's so fucking nice. It's just we never stopped unless we wanted to stop. It
Yeah,
was fucking
right. unless
wonderful.
unless we needed to stop
Yeah.
to take a piss.
Or take a big ass shit in the Love's bathroom.
Was
was it a Love's
No,
or-
no, it was
Oh,
a
it was-
Flying J.
Flying J.
Yeah. Flying J that looks like a flying T. Yeah, we got out and they're like over top like the gas pumps are like speakers and it's like, come on into the Love's bathroom or we'll give you free showers. Like it's bizarre being at a gas stop or a gas station and they're just offering you free
Well,
showers.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't offering a free shower. It was saying that the shower is now free,
Oh, okay.
like as in unoccupied.
Oh, okay.
Because hot, sweaty truckers
Right.
pull off in
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
of the night to get a shower, and then all the showers get mixed up. I can understand why you were so creeped out about that. Now, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I guess it's a little weird. They're advertising the showers over the speakers, but I think it was that weird. Yeah, but that interpretation would be very fucking.
You
weird.
like walk in the front of the store though. You have to walk to the very back to like the drinks. Like you walk into a Wawa, it's like you have to walk into the back, but it's not that far.
Yeah.
They're pretty far back there.
Yeah, I've been to one before. I can.
Nice
Yeah.
bathrooms. Oh man, their stalls are fucking like actual doors.
Oh yeah,
Kevin over here about to
bizarre.
bust a nut
Yeah.
over.
Still
over.
being over 6 foot, and you're like standing up, you can see over top all the stalls because they
Yeah.
have a gap at the top, but that's it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking good, dude. I was coffeeed out of my gourd, dude. Every time we stopped, I had a fat ass cup of coffee.
Wayne got a coffee from the Flying J and took one sip and went, oh God. It was like,
God,
not
damn.
good. He goes, just unsavory.
Yeah, it just really was
It's just coffee.
less than pleasant for sure.
What was the,
It's just the grounds.
the what?
I'm trying, oh yeah. What was it like when we got into, was it Baltimore or whatever? And Wayne smoked the first Swisher Sweet Wayne lights up. Since there's so much fucking wind in the car because we got the windows down, it smoked like a quarter and a half of the fucking Swisher Sweet and just threw sparks all over the inside of the car.
Yeah, dude.
Wayne had a cigar hanging out of his mouth, and the ash was like an inch long, inch and a half long. And he turns to the left to look out the window, and the ash breaks off his cigar and
And it went directly
goes straight into his
my
eyeball.
fucking
Oh,
eye.
that's awful.
And this was like an hour, 2 hours tops in the fucking trip.
I just
Oof.
nodded off, and I was like barely asleep, and I went here, Wayne, go fuck.
Yeah, just screaming, Jesus fucking Christ. I had the cigar
Wayne
hanging
swerving.
out of my mouth,
Yeah.
and I'm looking to change lanes, and it just, the wind catches it,
Yeah.
boom, right in my fucking eyeball.
It's-
And that would go on to irritate me for the rest
The
of it.
rest of the
Yeah.
trip, his eye was just bloodshot.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was so not pretty. Maybe that contributed
That's
to
rough, dude.
my overwhelming schizophrenia.
maybe.
Every time we saw anything on the side of the road, because like me and Kevin are like into this the idea
cryptids.
of the cryptids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every time we saw anything, I'm like, that's the fucking Wendigo. But I really thought it was a thing, and it would be like
Like
a
you think it was some
block.
kind of creature or animal. There was like a concrete block in the woods.
I thought it was a fucking, and there was like a big pile of dead grass on the side. I'm like, is that a fucking bear? And it was just a big pile of dead grass. I hadn't even been awake for that long.
He literally said, "Is that a fucking bear?" As we went past, he went, "Oh no, it's just grass."
Looks
But
at
was
it,
a big pile
realizes.
of dead grass. In my defense,
Just started seeing shit.
every time anything, and like many times, like there'd be like a box in the middle of the road. I'm like, is that a fucking possum?
Yeah.
That one time I did hit a fucking possum. I'm like
In that ride?
He hit something, and he went something, and went, "Oh man, I just killed it." And I was like, "Did you just hit something?" He goes, "Yeah, it was a possum or some kind of creature."
I really
Wayne,
did.
Wayne got that nicotine high
I thought
right to the
I thought
eye,
he
and so
said,
he
like
just
a pothole.
No,
Right.
I really hit a creature. I was like, I may or may not have been tailgating Needsy's dad unsafely, and that I just had no
Neezy's
time
dad,
to react.
the trailer had like tail lights. One of them just went out.
oof.
And I was,
But he knew this was
Yeah,
like a known
yeah, it
problem.
was a-
like before we
okay.
left, he was like, "Oh yeah, when I hit a bump, this wire might just disconnect."
and he's like, "Just let us know. Just let me know. You know, if it does, that way we can pull off the side of the road, reconnect it."
Right.
Give him
and
the
then
3
it-
taps of the horn. Meet.
Didn't it like closer to the end or halfway to the end, like both of them went out, and I said, "Oh, both the headlights or taillights are out," and you said, "Nah."
Well, because we were so close, dude. I didn't feel like pulling over and trying to fuck with it.
Well, like we got like how far in the trip till till Needsy's
Mr.
dad,
Needsy.
yeah, Mr. Needsy's dad, took one turn off the highway by mistake because he said Google Maps told him to. Yet he's never been that way before, so he still listened to Google Maps.
Yeah,
And-
we got off 95.
And it
way
delayed
too
us
early.
by like 3 hours or something.
I don't know. I think it was 3 hours, but it was like
It was like
it totally added an hour. Like we
or
probably
no, the overall length of it was 3 hours.
yeah, like it added an hour on. Like we were
Yeah.
2 hours away already, and then it made us 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Ow.
It,
That sucks.
That's
it was,
rough.
and I think he just doesn't understand how like Google Maps works. you know how it suggests alternate routes.
Yeah.
I think every time one was suggested, he clicked on it or something, or like
That's faster.
like yeah, he just kept clicking. And then it took us off I-95. We were just in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. And something that I don't know if I like spoke about this with you, but it is so fucking crazy leaving New Jersey and going to other
Yeah.
states. New Jersey, for those who don't know, is the most densely populated state in like the fucking entire country.
Is it really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're pretty like up there.
So the like New Jersey, you can only drive so far before you find a little town, a neighborhood, or some shit. We went fucking forever. We went like
Yeah, we were
for 45 minutes at a time through the middle of nowhere without the slightest hint of civilization.
Wayne goes, "I need to piss so bad. We gotta pull off the side of the road." We finally pull off the side of the road. Wayne goes, "There's no way, dude. There's no way we're gonna like run into a bathroom anytime soon." And then he takes a piss. 3 minutes into the next trip, we just stumble across a town.
We went for 45 minutes through the middle of nowhere. The second I stopped to piss, like 5 minutes ahead was an actual town
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
a Family Dollar.
It's usually how it happens.
But still though, it was like 6 a.m. They wouldn't have fucking been open. I would have had to just piss in
No.
the parking lot of a
Yeah.
Family Dollar.
It's on their sign.
It was so fucking bad. the whole time down there, you know how when Nick, when you and me drove to the Outer Banks, we did our road trip playlist, which was very easy to do with Spotify, because we both have Spotify.
Right, yeah.
Well, Kevin doesn't have Spotify; he has YouTube. So I made a playlist. I told Kevin to make a playlist. And I ran it through one of those programs that'll switch a YouTube to a Spotify.
Dog shit.
Dude, they suck pretty fucking bad.
Wayne was talking about this thing, how great it was right before we left.
Because I'm like, this is fucking great. Like, if it worked, it would be fucking monumental.
True.
And probably,
The
I
only ones that are
want to
decent
say
charge fees.
60 to 65% of my songs just got completely wrong.
Damn.
Like anytime a song came on the radio, we'd be driving and Wayne would look over and go, "This yours?" And I go,
Well,
"No, I thought it was yours."
The first time was the worst though, because we're driving and there's like some bullshit garbage techno song on, and we're both sitting in silence because we both think it's the other person's song. And one of us, I forget, one of us eventually goes over and it's like, "What the fuck is that?" And we're both just like, "I thought it was you."
I thought it was yours.
That program, like
Yeah, if it can't find like the exact thing, something with a similar name or whatever.
Literally that, and it fucked up so many of his songs. So every time something that I know I didn't put on went on, I would just is this one yours? Is this yours?
Yeah.
like there was some where I could tell you had a lot of what are these guys, Charlie Crockett, and Sturgill Simpson. All those songs sound the same. I could tell
once they come on, you know what it is.
Yeah,
but a lot of them were like, you go, "Oh, is this it?" And I go, "I mean, it is, but it's a weird fucking version that nobody's ever heard before."
Yeah, it was less than optimal.
Like Sturgill Simpson's "Remember to Breathe," but his guitar is untuned.
It might have just been like a live version or something. It was kind of fucked up though. That was something that unfortunately going forward, if we do that again, it'll like carefully comb through and
it got Wayne says make a playlist and just send it to me. He added like, how many songs did you add?
I only had I went back later and put on more. I probably had like less than 100 songs on there,
and I had like 130 songs on it or something like that. But like we're driving through at night and like we're coming around a bend and it's just like there's a red aura just
my God,
fucking bright. Like it turned the forest
it's
red.
shooting through the fog because I don't know if you recall.
It was so
last week it was supposed to downpour the whole night. Instead, it was just humid and foggy.
It sounds like the chicken place across from Kramer.
Dude, it was worse than that.
The fucking when we were driving to Needsy's dad's house to begin with, me and Wayne are driving on this road that is a air quote 2-lane road, but it's in the fucking middle of the woods where if the Wendigo were to come out and butt fuck us, that's where it would be. And I'm like driving like 5 miles per hour on this fucking road because it's all fucking like super hard bends and curves and everything.
Wiggly, windy and shit.
But yeah, it was so bright red, dude. Like
it was absolutely piercing through the thickest fog you could possibly imagine on the side of a fucking highway. And then, we drove for like an entire minute, probably an entire minute or two. What in the fuck could that light possibly fucking like? A minute is like a long time when you're going 60 or higher. What the fuck is so fucking bright? And then it's just a huge fucking red billboard telling you how much gas costs at the next Love's. And it's like, Jesus. It's like, oh my God, how far does I need to be?
And then there was like, we're driving through the fucking woods and like the top of the trees would like light up and then it would be darkness again. Light up, be darkness again. I was like, is there a fucking lighthouse near us or something? And Wayne's like, nah, it's got to be like cars on a highway or something. There was like a fucking lighthouse on like the light on top of a water tower.
Yeah.
It like
was
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Search
yeah. It literally, it was like someone took the top of a lighthouse and put it on top of a
water tower.
The water tower was humongous.
It was
so
bigger than any water tower
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah,
It's probably because there's probably like low flying planes or something.
probably.
It's probably,
maybe.
probably what it is.
But that was like,
Imagine you're flying your plane and just having a good time. Top of the trees, just get blinded.
Yeah, dude.
We should make one of those, but with like a green laser.
Hell yeah.
Even straight at the airport. That was a joke.
Super strong laser. Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But yeah, that shit was so fucking bright.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get anything else happen before we get down there?
The orange barrels.
Oh my God.
We were driving through North Carolina and for fucking miles, for like a half hour on this fucking back road, there was an orange barrel every 6 feet. And like
They were pissing off Wayne so bad for no reason.
We drove for like 5 minutes, and I just scream, "What's with all the fucking orange barrels? How many fucking orange barrels could there possibly be in the entire state of North
That's
Carolina?"
where they're born.
That they could-
and then someone
yeah,
will come and harvest
That's where
them
they
for
grow.
sale.
Yeah, on the side of the
Yeah,
highway.
come
in
up here
North
with the
Carolina.
mushroom knife and then
Yeah.
just clip them.
Yeah.
I'm like
They repopulate by being asexual, aka
Yeah.
with Sean
Yeah,
Kelly with the rocks.
It was just like, what in the fuck? Like, I don't know. It was part of. There was like everything that we're gonna talk about from here on out. There's an element of like sleep deprivation humor.
I
that it's just
imagine.
like I was just losing my fucking mind. And
Yeah. Wayne was getting so pissed over barrels that didn't affect him.
and then I started freaking out. I freaked out for 5 minutes, and they were still there. I started freaking out even harder, and I'm just freaking out, or just screaming and ranting and laughing.
miles.
Yeah, it's like we're going 60. It's been 10 minutes. That means 10 miles. It's been 10 fucking miles, and they've never slowed down one. And there's not even anything going on.
Right.
They were laying down pipes, like
There-
giant concrete pipes under the road.
I like to imagine that's what they made somebody in prison do for like community
That's what Wayne
service.
was saying.
Service.
That's what Wayne was
Just
saying. He's
say,
like, could you
put
imagine
all of these out for us, and then the next
poor-
day, I need you to take them down.
Yeah.
the poor motherfucker that's like, that's his job, is he did one side of the road and went, all right, go to the other side.
Because they're
Yeah.
heavy as shit. You
Yeah,
know,
they
like,
are.
Oh my, that would probably. I can't even imagine how long.
Yeah,
that
and that
took,
you
how
have to
many
weigh them
people it took.
down. That you weigh them down with like a big piece of a chopped up tire.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers are like heavier than a bitch, dude. That fucking shit
Yeah.
sucks cock.
Yeah.
I've had to move those things. Not 2 million of them, but I've had to move, like 20 before, and I was sweating when I was done.
Yeah, I believe it.
That shit fucking blows ass.
So, yeah, we get down there, and what the fuck was it?
We went to a fucking-
Yeah, we weren't going to the military base. It was, we were meeting Needsy at the
IHOP.
Walmart off base.
Great spot.
So we met in the parking lot, and like, pretty good amount of time. Probably about 20
How
minutes
did
went
he
by
get
because I
there?
had time to go take a shit, and then you went and go take a
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
How close is the Walmart to where?
Like,
the
It was obscenely close. It was like
so we walked.
the
So did he Uber there?
No,
Like,
he,
how'd
he
he get
drove.
there?
But
He drove what?
His buddy drove.
His buddy drove.
His
Okay.
barracks mate drove.
Yeah, his
Okay.
roommate, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the like it was so like if you drove out of the parking lot of the Walmart, you turned right, and then there was like a huge. It literally looked like a big green highway on ramp sign that said Needsy's military base entrance. And you hit the highway on ramp, and it just brought you directly to one of the entrances
Yeah.
to the base.
Okay.
It was fucking like that's because I thought that too. I'm like, why the fuck we can't just like post up outside the base? Why the fuck we got a fucking Walmart?
Mind you, 3 civilians. Me and Wayne are both wearing Hawaiian shirts, not conspicuous or anything. But like, they didn't even search us. They didn't even ask us for our granted, Wayne was in the back of the van, so I guess they didn't actually see
No, they
him.
didn't see me.
So they saw Needsy's dad and me and didn't search us at all.
yeah,
That's kind of sus.
Yeah.
yeah.
If we're being honest.
Big
I mean,
sussy.
we weren't in like a sensitive area though. Like
Still, it's a fucking military
at no
base.
point did we see a tank or like a munitions depot. Like I
No.
I imagine there might have been like another layer of security when you got towards something that mattered.
Probably, but
Yeah.
Like they have like gas stations and like military brand convenience stores and barracks. That's all we saw when we were there.
right.
It's very underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, it was basically just a small town.
It's,
They had
it's just a standard small ass.
It was
town.
like a
They had
2
a-
square mile town.
They had a
just with
Papa
big-
John's and a Taco Bell connected in the middle of it.
What I want to know is who works at those places.
It's got to be just like another military guy.
Or
I
are they
think it's
military
got to be a
people?
military
It's
guy.
either
Like,
No.
imagine
Or,
you
like, maybe
join up
spouses.
and they like are giving everyone their jobs. I'm like, you make the burritos at Taco Bell. That's your job.
I don't
Thank you
think
for
I don't think they're
enlisting.
I don't think that they're in the military. I think that they're probably just like workers for Taco Bell or Papa John's, and they just have military like IDs to get
Dude,
them into
I
the
hope
building.
they get paid more because if I had a choice of working at Taco Bell in Joe Schmotown or Taco Bell where I have to get fucking security clearance and have people let me in and out of the place, I wouldn't want to go through that for minimum wage.
Yeah, less of a chance of some psycho coming in and shooting up the place.
Is it though? No, but I don't know. Like they have to get paid more. That's mini rant.
It's kind of like who works at the Chick-fil-A in the airport. It's like one of those things, like
people who live there.
in the airport.
in the cargo bay of airplanes.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish there
people
was
who
an
live
easy
near
answer to
there.
this question.
But yeah, I wish he was there too.
But yeah, it's a pretty interesting experience. We get to the parking lot, so many old fucking cars and shit.
Well, it's a bunch of fucking fucking
Bunch of
20
fucking idiots.
something fucking guys sign up into the Marines. Like,
They don't have to drive it every day, probably. You know.
yeah. The Needsy's Jeep that we brought down there had no tags
that was
on it.
who parked next to Needsy.
That's a nice Chevy C10.
Yeah.
Probably a late 60s. My favorite
Yeah.
front end.
It had
The back side of it was black. The front end was brown.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite front end. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
the Jeep wasn't like registered yet. It didn't have tags on it or anything.
Right, that's why it was towed.
Yeah. So we towed it down there we got it on the base, and Needsy did a little couple laps around the parking lot as he was happy he got his toy.
Yeah, he was
And then-
driving it
Engine
around,
blows.
revving the engine. Like, Needsy parked into a parking spot. Some guy came out of his fucking, like, apartment or barracks, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Came out of his living quarters. He's just minding his own business. He's just getting into his fucking car. And as he walks in front of Needsy's car, Needsy's just revving the fucking engine. Just looking the guy in the eyes, just revving his engine. And he's like...
That's
he
what I was
just
gonna
gets into his
say.
car and then drives away.
I think that's the guy who dropped a dime on him, because like the next day, Needsy would come to tell us, I got a call from the military
Oh,
police
yeah.
asking if I abandoned my car. How the fuck did they even figure out it was me?
You're right.
And I'm like, they probably checked your fucking VIN number, you idiot. You fucking... You just
Oh,
look
yeah.
over the windshield of any car and look at the
Yeah.
VIN number and see who it's registered to.
It was abandoned. It's been there for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally there for like one calendar day. Is this abandoned?
Yeah.
I bet that guy fucking dimed me off, though. I bet that guy fucking told the Johnny
Oh.
Law about it.
He goes,
this
act like a
Tyler.
jerk off.
This is
Yeah.
President Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is
We're
Joe
repoing
Biden.
your car.
We're sending it to Ukraine, Jack.
Get fucked.
But yeah, we get down there, and then the first thing we do is get Needsy's Jeep off the trailer. Needsy shows us his living quarters, which is tight.
So small. It was
Yeah.
like, imagine
his
the
bed,
smallest
His
hotel
bed is
room.
probably
It's a twin. It's
like
a
it's like 5'10", like in length.
So it's probably just like a
So
twin
like
mattress.
our feet hang
or
off.
it's
the
not
edge.
even a twin. It's like whatever, like smaller than a twin even.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
like so small that like two human beings could not possibly fit in it.
Okay.
No.
It was like
Like if you want to, us being the tall people, like if you wanted to sleep on it and not hang off, you'd have to sleep in fetal position.
Wow. Okay.
it was and the whole room was so tiny. It was just like a tiny bed, a tiny desk, a tiny bed, a tiny desk. There was a shitter in the
Were
corner.
they bunk beds or no?
No,
No.
they were side by side. And there was like a shitter broom in the corner, and like this, like a black curtain that led to like a room that was like the third the size of this little space that we're in right
Yeah,
now.
and that was their kitchen.
And I'm like, what the fuck's behind the curtain? The fucking casting couch? And he was like, oh no, that's the kitchen. And I go behind the curtain. There's just like a mini fridge, a microwave, and a pantry.
and a sink.
Yeah, it was just
And that was
like,
it.
It was so fucking tight. I'm like, oh my god, like how the fuck can you like do you live like this? Like Jesus,
It's insane.
I thought it would be.
Christ, man.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting like the barracks from like the beginning of Full Metal Jacket, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, but like with a nice common area or something.
Right.
There was like nothing. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was rough.
It
I
was
want to see
super tiny.
pictures of it. I'm surprised I've never seen pictures of it before.
It's crazy. This is not much to show, man.
Yeah.
That's why.
I want to know how big it is in comparison to like a very standard like cruise ship room because they're notoriously tiny.
I would imagine they're similar, dude, because this was like smaller than like the cheapest hotel room. Like think of any hotel room that
This was
we've
probably,
both been in
like,
together, and it's
From
smaller
where
than
we
that.
are right
Okay.
now, if you were to take this wall and go all the way down with it, just this part would be the size of the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's,
Okay.
that's
It's a
with
good
including
visualization.
a big ass flat screen TV, 2 full size dressers,
Yeah.
2 giant cabinet / desks, 2 of the beds, and then a kitchen area and a
shitter.
bathroom
That's
with a
messed
shower.
up.
Yeah.
Fucked.
It was really fucking tiny.
That is fucked.
Yeah, after we saw his living space, they ummed and awed for way too long about where we were gonna go get
Yeah,
food.
me and Wayne, all we wanted to do was get food and get a beer and coffee.
Yeah,
And Needsy wanted to tell us every single story about every single patch that he owns. And we kept saying, like, you know where we could do this? You could tell us this story while we're getting beers. So at 11 a.m. we went
That's a
to a
very easy
steakhouse.
thing to do.
We went
Right-
to a steakhouse like the instant they opened their
pulled
doors.
up and we went, dude, is this place even open? There was no cars in the parking lot. And we literally walk up to the door, just knock on the glass. They unlock the door, open it up. And it's like, are you guys open? Sign says 11 a.m. It's like 11:02. They're like, yeah, we're open.
Damn.
We were there as soon as they opened. We got steaks and beers and coffee.
Yeah.
At
And
11 o'clock
coffee.
in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a baller meal, though.
Yeah.
But
It's a man's meal.
yeah,
Anytime we stopped anywhere,
we got beer.
I got a
and
fucking coffee, man. I had like 10 cups of
If
fucking
they
coffee.
had drinks, Wayne got coffee.
Yeah.
And booze, but mostly coffee.
Even that
the only place
at the end of the day, the lady bitched at me. Yeah, I have to put a pot on. Then put the pot on,
yeah,
bitch. I need a cup of coffee.
That fucking bitch, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, we went to the steakhouse, and then after the steakhouse, we went to the brewery.
Oh yeah, we
And
hit a brewery at like
it's
fucking
the
noon.
Crystal Coast Brewing or something like that.
Yeah. And Neezy's dad fell asleep.
Neezy's dad was literally the Patrick Starfish meme, sleeping on the park bench. Yeah, that's when I bought Neezy's bunkmate. He gave me his fucking helmet. And I said, "Oh, I'll pay you back in a bunch of drinks." So then I bought all of his fucking
Can he
drinks. for
do
him.
that? Like, is that issued gear?
Not anymore.
Yeah, we're not
Unknown.
going to discuss it.
Okay, so
the
he found.
but
Yeah,
we were
I found
leaving
it. I found it in his trunk.
Yeah. But when we were leaving the brewery, because when we were driving around, Needsy and his dad were in the Honda, and we were driving around with Needsy's buddy Joe.
yeah.
And when we're leaving the brewery, like while we're selling the tabs and taking pisses and shit and getting everything ready,
This guy probably smoked a pack, if not 2 packs, of cigarettes the whole time we were hanging out with him, and most of the time was while he was driving.
yeah. But I see him like out in his car, like with his
Just
hands on his
one
knees, like
immediately
smoking a
another.
cigarette,
Right.
And like we're about to roll out and leave. And he had like however many drinks the fucking guy. He had a fucking ton of drinks.
Yeah.
And it's like brewery
Is he a big
fucking
guy?
drinks. He's
He's
tall,
like our height.
but he's skin and bones. Like he
Right.
looked thin.
Interesting.
And and like he literally has the keys in the ignition already, and we're about to leave. Like the car's running, and I'm like, dude, are you good? And he was like,
He's like, it's probably better if I
Yeah.
don't drive.
okay, yeah, I'll drive, man. So I'm
Sorry
driving
if I don't
some guy I
drive.
just met's Ford Focus through North Carolina.
Yeah. Wow.
The
That's
fucking-
funny.
Fucking
You're his bro now.
Yeah.
it was a pretty great experience, honestly, just driving. Like when we saw Neezy the first time, because right before I left working at the cigar shop, I bought a carton of Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Okay.
A carton, not a pack.
Yeah,
a
carton. Yeah.
Gave it to Neezy, and then Needsy's dad went, "Really?" And Neezy was like, and then just shrugged and handed it to his roommate, Joe. And then Joe just put it in the back of his fucking car, and he's just smoking the packs of cigarettes. And then, like, just the other night, like, Needsy's like, "How come you gave my roommate a carton of cigarettes and not me?" And I said, "I gave them to you. You gave them to your roommate." And he went, "What a fucking asshole. I gotta get those out of his car."
Because the whole time,
Yeah, every time Joe was smoked a cigarette, which was most of the time, he would offer Needsy a cigarette, and Needsy would have to turn it down because his dad was there. Because he didn't want his dad to know that he was smoking
the whole
cigarettes.
time we were there, he was trying to like hide the fact that he smoked cigarettes from his dad.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It was really fucking.
Back
that was
at when
really
you're
funny.
19.
Yeah, that was like a good like C plot to the episode, was Needsy hiding the fact that he's a cigarette smoker from his dad.
That's definitely something you see in a sitcom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that it's on brand.
yeah.
Well, I was talking to Joe, and I was like, "How often do you guys like smoke cigarettes?" And he's like, "Oh, I mean, me and Needsy probably smoke, cigarettes every day, every time we go to work, and every time we go like party, we'll probably smoke half a pack of cigarettes or something."
Question: does Neezy's dad listen to this?
No.
Not yet.
If he does, I don't fucking care. And I go, "How often do you work?" Or how often do you drive Needsy to work? He goes, "Every day."
Every day.
But he's like, "Yeah, Needsy's kind of like the bad influence big brother that I never had."
yeah.
Bad influence,
Oh,
big
Lord.
brother.
Where the fuck was Joe from?
Huh? Oh, he was from Detroit, or he was from Ohio. Where was he from?
Minnesota.
I forget.
Michigan?
Somewhere up
I think it was
around there.
Michigan.
Yeah, it could have been.
You just named like 4 different states.
I'm pretty sure it was Michigan.
One of those upper states.
Pretty sure it was Michigan because then he said Michigan, and Wayne immediately went, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Hard
cool.
oof.
But yeah. After the day was over, we went to. Where did we go after the place with the bitch that gave you problems about ordering a coffee? We just went home.
We left. Yeah.
We just went to. Yeah, we
But
went.
basically,
back to,
like we spent the whole fucking day just driving around and vibing out in North
drinking,
Carolina and drinking.
and then we went.
Jesus.
We went to the base to leave, so we could drop off Needsy, everything like that.
And get the trailer.
And get the trailer.
Mr.
Right.
Needsy left the trailer on the
Dude,
military
he
base.
left the trailer.
Parked in like 4
He
spots.
parked in like 4 parking spots. That's fine.
But I think that was like
Get
a low
fucked.
key a 5-head move, leaving it there, because he was like, if I leave it in Walmart, it's gonna get fucking stolen.
Right.
If I leave it here, it probably won't get stolen.
Yeah.
But it's like I was
a
like,
lower chance.
Is he
Yeah.
able to?
Kevin belches.
He's like, I'm like, is it okay for him to leave this here? And Joe goes, yeah, I mean, it is Saturday, but you just gotta hope that nobody calls military police on it and they just don't tow it and then scrap it.
What do you mean scrap it? They're gonna use it for their own pleasures.
Yeah.
But we pulled up to the gate to get the trailer, and they went, oh yeah, cutoff time for
guests or
guests
whatever.
is like whatever time. And Joe goes, yeah, well, I mean, it's only this time. And he goes, yeah, well, cutoff was a half hour ago. So you have to drive to the front gate to get an ID and our visitor's ID.
Yeah.
And then he had to drive into the base, then get it. And we pulled off the side of the road, and Wayne literally said, like, there's no fucking point why me and Kevin have to fucking do this.
Yeah, we
Why
just
don't
wanted
we
to go
just-
take a shit and get changed.
Yeah.
We had to take a shit and get changed without showing some 18-year-old kid my ID.
Right.
We just went to the fucking Walmart.
It added probably, actually, how long do you think that they were going for? Probably about 30 minutes.
They were gone
30,
for a
40
while,
minutes.
but if you recall, when we met up with them back at the Walmart parking lot, the gas station in the Walmart parking lot, I went to Mr. Needsy. I went like this. I touched him. And I went, "You're fucking bone
As Wayne
dry," because
assaults
we got poured on while we were in the Walmart
Yeah.
parking lot. We got torrential downpour came down upon us, and I got fucking drenched.
I saw the videos.
Yeah,
of
the
that.
snap was
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
Right after I
it was
got
clear skies
Yeah.
before we went into the bathroom.
Right after I put on clean clothes, boom, I got drenched. But I went and I touched them. I'm like, "You're fucking bone dry, you motherfuckers." They totally sat and waited for the rain to
Oh,
die down.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that's what took up the time was the waiting for the rain to die down.
Absolutely. But they, then we got some food and stuff, said our goodbyes to Needsy. And
we had to clean the ashes out
yeah,
of
clean the
Dude,
ashes out of Needsy's
ash
car.
bombed that car, dude. We had an
Yeah,
ashtray.
we had an ashtray, and maybe 3 times we actually got the ash into the ashtray.
That's fucked up.
It wasn't on purpose though.
No,
Like,
it was
I
with the
didn't even
wind.
realize until
Yeah.
like the sun came up, and I got out of the car and then got back into the car, and I'm like, man, we fucked this shit up.
Yeah.
I literally went into
damn.
Walmart and bought a thing of compressed air to get all the ashes out of the crevices and the buttons and the cup holders and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like supremely fucked.
Needsy had this big compartment thing in like the center console,
Mm-hmm.
like right up against the dashboard. That like
It was a huge storage
it was a
compartment.
huge storage compartment. And we went, what if we just use this as the ashtray the whole way down?
It was huge. It fit like my radio fit in there with the big battery on it. Like I
Right.
could have fit 3 of those radios in there.
Plus
It-
sunglasses.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it was fucking big.
As soon as the sun comes up as we're driving there, pit vipers immediately go
Yeah.
on.
It was good though, and then the drive home was largely uneventful.
Yeah,
we took turns driving.
I drove
Right.
home like the first 2 hours, 2.5
Yeah.
hours. Then you took over.
Yeah.
Dude, every time too, like Wayne be driving, and like anytime you look at the map, it says 4 hours. Like 45 minutes go by, you look at the map, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't changing.
That's the worst. That's
Like
absolutely the worst.
drive home, I feel like was longer than on the way.
We were just so dead. Like
That's probably what it was. You guys are so drained.
I was counting the hours. I was actually keeping track. I was
Yeah.
awake for like 46 hours.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been far behind.
No,
It was
no.
like like
Because like the day before, I took off work Friday so that I could sleep in. I slept until like 11 o'clock, woke up, smoked a joint, and then went back to sleep for 3 hours, and then woke back up, and then packed my truck up and got ready to go to Needy's dad's house.
Yeah. Dude, I was so fucking dead. You fell asleep, dude. You abandoned me. You fell asleep when I was driving.
Any time that I could do any time of falling asleep, like
fucking
we're at some fucking super like old fucking Revolutionary War fort, and it's like right on the ocean and shit like that. Anytime that I sat down, if I laid down horizontally at all, boom, I'd fall asleep.
They were just sitting there. Kevin was falling asleep, and everyone else was just content to sit there. I'm like, if I stop moving, I will die. My heart will actually stop beating. Like I went and I walked around the fort by myself for like fucking 25 minutes.
Damn.
I went and explored and found cracks and crevices and read the history thing on the fucking walls. Like I
You read the Braille too.
Yeah, I did. I tried to read the Braille. I fucking read it with the end of my dick. I had to like keep moving. I don't know. I can't do that shit. I would have passed away. But dude, driving back, man, I went fucking insane, dude. I listened to our shared playlist for a while, but after a while I was like,
oh, yeah, at one point,
this guy's fucking asleep. I'm changing the fucking shit. I'm not listening to Charlie Crockett when this guy's fucking asleep.
At one point, Wayne's like, Charlie Crockett song ends. Next song, Charlie Crockett song ends. Next song, Charlie Crockett song ends. Next song, Sturgill Simpson. I'm like, damn, getting all my fucking songs all in a row. Wayne goes, I forgot to hit shuffle.
Yeah, at some point I hit I turned the shuffle button off.
Damn.
I was getting fucked, but dude, I went.
Kevin over here vibing that hard.
Driving, I was going insane. I put on like the entire, as I do when I drive anywhere. I put in the entirety of Songs for the Deaf, front to back. I listened to like a bajillion other fucking playlists, this and that and this. I was fucking going insane. I had the window down, banging on the side of the fucking door, fucking screaming and singing the whole time. And every like 20 minutes or whatever, needs his dad like poking his head up, like, "You okay? You good?" Like,
anytime
I had to like roll up the window, which was like a crank roll over window. I had to roll up the window, turn the music down, and like really listen, because again, it's a fucking work van with all the shelving.
He was on the phone back there, and we didn't know he was on the phone. He was just talking, and me and Wayne were like, "What the fuck you saying?"
Yeah, it was so loud in that fucking thing, dude. It was so fucking loud.
What the dog doing?
Like anytime I fell asleep, like I'd fall asleep for like 10-15 minutes, then wake back up, stay awake for 5 minutes, then go back to sleep for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but
the on and off of sleep.
Once I got in that back seat though and got in that fucking chair,
oh yeah,
put the fucking helmet on with the fucking the visor. Because the visor was tinted, so it was just extra dark.
He's not even fucking joking. He actually did. He put on a fucking combat helmet.
I don't put it past him.
And just fucking fell asleep like that.
Got fucking blackout curtains for his eyes.
Yeah.
And like Needsy gave me some fucking flashlight, and it has like light, medium brightness, full brightness, and then super bright like settings on it. And it's like one's regular flashlight, then a blue light, and then a red light, and then a green light, and the next light is just nothing. And I was like, this light bulb's broken. He goes, oh no, you can only see it with infrared on. So if you have infrared goggles on, you can see the flashlight, but you can't if you don't.
Yeah,
it's the Bravo 6 light.
Yeah.
So I think that, and then this was like one of my personal like favorite moments of the trip was at the very end. We get back to the Needsy family farm, and cause like it's like Needsy's granddad's, like his dad doesn't live there.
Yeah.
We get there, and
is that where you guys met up?
Yeah. His dad parked the van, and the van just stays there. The van and the trailer just stays there.
Oh, okay.
So he gets out and he comes back around. He just looks around. Goes, how the fuck did I get here?
What the fuck?
He was like, how did I get here? How on earth did I like the first time, like before we left? He was like, how did I get here? And I was like, he came here in one of Needsy's cars that we delivered to him that is no longer present. So we get there and it was like, so you boys give me a ride home?
Just said no.
No. Get fucked.
Yeah, I thought that was just like the funniest
That's
way
hilarious.
to fucking
That is really funny.
So fucking good.
I'm driving Wayne and me home, and we like as we're still in PA, like right before we get to 95, Wayne goes, man, I'm real happy you're driving because if I drive right now, I'll probably just die.
Yeah, I said I'll drive us off a fucking bridge.
Wayne just had enough and just, I'm going to end it.
So overall, good trip. You guys glad you did it?
Oh, absolutely.
Anytime we saw a car broken down on the side of the road, we'd yell like, boom, get fucked. Like, we probably saw one broken down car every fucking 40 miles.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is where you had, that's where you had like Waze now, how like, I think Waze will like announce like, parked car on side of the road or
Fuck
something.
Waze. Google Maps does the same thing.
I know.
didn't
I'm a
even use the
Google
fucking
I'm
map
a Google
on the way
Maps
down.
person as well.
Yeah,
but
the whole way down, Wayne didn't use Google Maps at all. It was only following Mr. Needs Dead.
Yeah, Mr. Needsy.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Neezy, yep.
Yeah, the whole way down was just following his dad.
Yeah.
Like anytime somebody got in between us, Wayne would just get to the side and go
Gun it.
speeding up
Yeah.
and get around the guy.
Those were like, that was like recess time, like in elementary school. 'Cause
Yeah.
driving behind a fucking van, towing a fucking Jeep, we were going like 60. Even on the highway, we were
Yeah.
going fucking 60.
Yeah.
So whenever I got to flex the Honda's muscles a little bit,
Yeah.
it was like a nice little treat.
But yeah, it was a very interesting drive. Very eventful. Needy's dad was mentioning again about like, would you guys be willing to do this again for the Blue Angels like event down there for the planes?
Yeah.
It's like Wayne was like, if you think we're doing a day trip out of that, get fucked, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I started losing my cool being awake for so long, man.
wow, what a shocker. Wayne
well,
loses his
if
cool
I'm
being
a-
asleep.
I lose my cool normally, but we were at the we were at the fort, and the Needsy's buddy stopped walking right in front of me to like take a picture of some sign or something, and I bumped into him, and like it didn't even matter that it was him. It could have been some old lady. Like I didn't even I bumped into him. I just went, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like I was like I was like so fucking on edge, like for a big portion
God.
of that fucking entire trip.
I know you said you can't sleep in cars, but hey, if it happens again and I'm there too, it's more shifts, more
Yeah.
opportunity for chilling, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that like
No,
Maybe
we'd
you
be
don't
definitely-
drink 7 cups of coffee in 24
Yeah.
hours.
We'd be
It was way
willing.
more
It was
than
way
7.
out, dude. It was above 10.
yeah.
Damn.
Again,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I mean, like,
at that fucking
anytime-
one yard
any-
sale.
Yeah. Anytime they had coffee anywhere, Wayne was like, "I'll take a cup."
Yeah.
Dude, like when just like a month and a half ago when we went from Las Vegas to Los Angeles,
I got a
it
cup
was
every
like
time
a
we stopped.
4-hour drive. He
Yeah.
got like 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
It was like
Fuck
4
that.
hours. It wasn't even like 5 a.m. It was what, like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
to like 1:30 or
That's
something.
when we
Yeah,
stopped at the
or
Flying
2.
J, and I was like so fucking tired, and I don't drink Red Bull anymore just because it gives me heart palpitations.
Dude, that shit though, like if you're like a Red Bull virgin, you can't sleep.
Dude,
just won't happen.
I drank like a regular size can of Red Bull. I was so awake. I was
The
I
funny
was
thing
so
is-
on
The funny thing is, Red Bull actually doesn't have as like much caffeine as
No.
like a Monster or anything like that.
coffee has more caffeine
Yeah.
than Red Bull.
Uh huh.
I only had Red Bull one time, and it was when in 2016 when Sean and I, who had been on the podcast, we were too young to stay at a hotel or to use an Airbnb. And we wanted to go to this Counter-Strike tournament in Brooklyn, so we went there. It ran till like 1 a.m.
Oh my god.
And then we had to get on the train back to the station, then take the train down to Hamilton, NJ, then drive an hour home. And then I went to sleep. And then in 2 hours, Sean picked me up to go leave again. Like we slept for 2 hours. And it was like the next day when we were driving home, we get off the train, which we both sleep the entire train ride
Yeah.
because it's like the only chance you
Yeah.
have.
That's where you take
And
your
like
power
we're
naps.
getting to the car, and I'm saying, Sean, buddy, are you okay? And he looks at me, he turns around, his like eyes are like closed while he's walking, and he goes, "Yeah, I can't fucking drive. I can't do it." And they were giving away free Red Bulls at the thing, and neither me or Sean drank them. And I had one. I'm
fucking
like,
grabbed, like, 3
this
of
is
them.
my time. I got to
Yeah.
do it. And I didn't fall asleep until 8 a.m. that day. Like I couldn't sleep for hours
it's
after we
insane.
got home. I couldn't believe it.
Red Bull has taurine in it, which is animal bile.
Isn't that in most
It's-
energy drinks?
It is in
It
most
is
energy
what
drinks.
what it is it allows the caffeine to get into your bloodstream quicker. That's why Red Bull kicks in faster than coffee.
But yeah, I felt like I was artificially alive. Like if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like it felt so
Yeah,
unnatural.
you felt like Frankenstein's monster.
Like my mind No, sorry. Like my body was tired, but my mind had never been more like active.
Yep.
Like that was a third eye opened experience. Like I would never want to do it again.
That's what sucks
Oh,
with me
absolutely.
because like energy drinks, it either affects me or doesn't, and there's no in between.
Right.
And I won't know until like it actually happens.
Yeah, it's really funny. So my dad, I think it was in 2009, he was driving to work. He works like 40 minutes away, and it's all straight road countryside.
Yep.
And he fell asleep on his way there or home. I can't remember. He fell asleep driving, hit a telephone pole. The whole car rolled 360 down a hill, and he only broke his leg. So, but he was fine. But it was because he fell asleep during it. So then he's like, what's his line of defense? He buys a 5-hour energy and puts it in his glove box. It's still in there.
Oh
my god!
Like,
no, don't drink
it
it.
expired in like 2012.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
it's
no.
like still in his glove box in his next car because obviously that car was fucking done.
That fucking 5-hour energy is haunted, dude.
I
That
never
thing-
tried one.
Yes.
It is
I've
so
never had
bad.
I've never had one. I'm saying
Me
that
either.
one specifically.
Oh, yeah.
It has like a fucking ghost inside of it.
It is not good. It's no matter how you drink it, it somehow feels hot. Like if you refrigerate it and take a sip, it feels like it's hot in your mouth.
I
like
kind of
ice
feel
hot.
like that's how it would be.
No, like it just weirdly feels warm.
Because isn't it like kind
like
of
you're
like milky
describing-
almost or something?
No,
or
it's like
like a syrup.
kind of like a watered down syrup.
Okay.
I,
Because I knew it was like
it as
thicker.
like Motrin like
Yeah.
consistency.
Oh, okay.
I was
Like
gonna
Crown
say
Royal consistency.
because like I feel like it would be like thicker than like like a water or
Yeah,
something
totally
like that.
is.
Get that thick water medicine bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we should fucking do a video podcast and
Try-
taste test thick water, dude.
Thick water. I would do
Oh
it.
my God.
I would do it.
I thought you were saying taste
I
test
throw up
Motrin.
instantly.
No,
Liquid
taste
Motrin.
test.
I look at somebody
Benadryl
play with it and I
taste
throw
test.
up.
I would
It's
do
not
it.
thick enough to like play with it with your hands.
I know, but like I've seen it like where people can like dip like a tiny bit out
And then it
they'll
kinda
go-
goes back
Yep.
in.
Yep.
Dude, I don't
It's
know
like
what that is.
spit.
It makes me
It's like spit.
it makes me feel so uncomfortable.
I would do it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Where do you even get thick water?
Yeah, I don't.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I think I came home after the trip, just got a shower, and then went the fuck to sleep, and then woke
Yeah.
up.
Deceased.
What time we get home? Like around. I dropped you off at your house around like.
Like almost 8
8
like
o'clock.
7:30 something.
Okay, so
In the morning
say-
or at
In the
night?
fucking morning.
Okay.
It's Sunday morning. So then I went to bed, and then I woke up at like 5-6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote in our podcast chat at like 2 p.m. knowing that they would have been sleeping. I said, "What time we podcasting, boys?" And then I think Kevin.
Wayne responded. I responded like 3 hours,
Hours later.
later.
Like, Kevin was
Wayne
like, "I just woke up."
responded at like 3, just said like I'm dead.
Dead. Yeah.
And
And
then
Kevin was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I just woke up."
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand.
Again, 3 hours. 3 hours later, from
Yeah.
when Wayne.
Yeah, I responded
responded
at 5 when I when I woke up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Dude, I got up at like 5, responded to that text message, watched like fucking 4 hours worth of Hot Ones with my parents, and then went back to bed
bed.
for like the entire night.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. No, I had to wake
Living
up
the
that
dream,
way,
boys.
Go back
Yeah.
to sleep at some
living the dream.
That's like you can sleep. I can sleep fucking anywhere. You can sleep for an
infinite
an infinite amount of time.
Once
Like,
I go to
you'll
bed,
wake up
I'm
at like
good.
2 p.m. and be like, yeah, that's normal day.
I think a lot of that is like my reputation as an adolescent. I like don't do that anymore. I don't sleep.
Really? I
I
feel you've done it semi recently in the past year where you like woke up and it was like afternoon, like later afternoon.
Yeah, I might do it once or twice a year, but like most weekdays, I try to get up at like 8, 9, like 10 at the latest. Because like I work in the evening, so I have to like
Oh, that's right. I forgot
use
your
my
work
time.
schedule is like different.
I have to like use my time.
In Wayne's defense, on the not common occasion, I ask him to get breakfast or something on a weekend, and I ask him if we can leave like by 9 or something. He tries.
Oh.
He normally succeeds.
What you said you're gonna say? But this one time,
But this one
I'm
time,
just saying in general.
Dude, it sounded like you were teeing up for a. But this one
Oh, man.
time, he
No.
fucked me in the ass.
How was Blair Mountain today?
I didn't end up going.
What the fuck?
I know.
Dude, I would have fucking gone.
I know. I should have. Dude, this is Biscuit Place in Blackwood.
You can't blow up the biscuit spot. You can't
Yeah.
blow it up.
It's already been blown up. It's been on TV.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. Who blew it up?
CBS.
It's
Fuck
not
them.
anywhere near us. We can say it.
Yeah.
CBS blew it up. I don't even have to finish what I was going to say.
Honestly, this is just a shout out to a local business.
Yeah.
Blackwood,
Yeah.
NJ, Blair Mountain Biscuits. It's so fucking good. They make
Yeah.
biscuits and chicken breast sandwiches.
Can you guys get, if you guys listen to this, get real scrapple, none of that mushroom scrapple bullshit?
Go over there and say, I'm here from the referral from Uncut Takes podcast, and then they'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll say, what the fuck are you talking about?
What is that?
This is just a couple losers. We have like more shit written down, but we can
I think we
totally
should
save it
save
for the
it.
next
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Save it.
definitely.
So,
Anyone need to say anything?
yeah,
Before
you
Wayne
wanna
does
say
the
anything before
outro
I
here?
get started here?
No, I'm good. I'll think of something
Anyone wanna
halfway through it. Like I
interrupt
normally
Wayne?
do.
Remember I had the robot right now outro.
No member
Yeah.
berries.
Should I do the robot outro or the normal outro?
I say I
Do
like
the
normal outro.
one.
The normal one.
Do a mixture of both.
It's more
Fuck
wholesome
that.
when you do normal.
All right. Well, as always, everyone, thank you very much for listening. It means the most. You can subscribe, follow, favorite wherever you listen. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Overcast.
Always.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Uncut Takes. Interact with the tweets and the photos. Thank you again for listening, and stay uncut.